What's going on, everyone? I'm Big Sip, and welcome back to another video on World of Warship Legends. Today, we're taking a look at the Premium Tier 7 Russian Battleship Lenin. This ship was available last year during the holiday event. You had to have a special currency and grind and purchase some crates to get it, but I'm hoping that given that this coming week is going to be the anniversary event, they're going to be celebrating once again the Christmas and Lunar New Year's. Maybe there's a chance we can get this ship again. I don't know anything as of making this video. If I do find anything out, I'll put it in the comments down below. But let's take a look here. In the background, we have a game of domination on Estuary. You see we got spawned on the right flank here. And let's take a look first at our commander build. With the Russian battleships, there are two different paths that you can go on. Since the Russian battleships are the only line that limit the number of damage cons, they are extremely important. But I go with Lev Gawler. I get a little bit of a hybrid between a good number of damage controls as well as a good amount of accuracy. Gawler has a base trait of Flaming Arrow, which increases the HE shell damage on your battleships. Slot 1, I go with Flammable Cannoneer. Slot 2, Crisscross. 3, Volunteer. 4, Reaching Out XXL. And with a legendary of Will to Rebuild. Now my inspirations, I went a little different here. My first one is a typical battleship inspiration, and that's Cunningham, but my second one is Beepley. And I chose her because one of the weaknesses of the ship is that it burns down easily, but Beepley's base trait reduces the chances of catching fire. It's about 6.5% with where I have her leveled up at this point. So I think that's a huge perk. And something I've been trying out. So far I've been pretty happy with it. As for the actual ship mods, taking a look here, Aiming Systems Mod 1, Prop Mod 2, Target Acquisition Mod 1, and in the last slot, Secondary Mod 3. Now in that last slot, I think I'll probably look at changing that one up to boost the main battery reload time. And then maybe someday I'll mess around, switch out Beepley for D-Revel. Really get that reload down to, maybe 27 seconds, see what this ship can do. But for now, I like it right here where it's at. So given that commander and ship build, let's take a look at the stats. Main battery, you have 3 turrets in the typical Nelson layout. All 3 on the forward part of the ship, head of the superstructure. If you're aiming straight down the bow, you're only going to be able to get 2 of the turrets off. You have to angle slightly to get all 3. They are 406 millimeters. They have a range of 19.2 kilometers. Reload time of 33 seconds. HE has a max damage of 6,069 with a 41% fire chance. And the AP has a max damage of 13,100. On the ship itself, we have 63,200 hit points, a AA defense rating of 75. However, I will say we have seen a lot fewer carriers at Tier 7 since this update and the significant nerf to carriers. Max speed, 29.4 knots, and then a rudder shift of 13.5 seconds. So, let's take a look at the game now. You see, we've been sitting here bow tanking. We're down about 15,000 health. So, a little bit, but that's okay. We're still doing alright. We had 2 HE spammers that were spawned over here. We had the Cleveland and Kutuzov. You saw we hit the Kutuzov for a decent amount early. We got 2 Citadels as they were just getting into the smoke. So I wanted to try to get one or both of these ships off the board as quickly as possible. That, the potential of catching fire and burning us down, that is the biggest threat. So right here, I used the spotter plane and able to finish off the Kutuzov. So that's a huge win immediately. Now this side we're looking a little bit better. All we have now is this Richelieu up to the middle. We have the Cleveland that's lobbing shells. And so I want to maintain kind of this position here where I can get shots off either side. So earlier we were talking how the Russian battleships are limited with the number of damage cons. With my build, I have 5 damage controls throughout a game. Most of the time though, I don't use all 5 of them. Also get 2 repair parties and 4 spotter planes. And you kind of I use the repair parties pretty early. I want to go ahead and, especially if I'm catching fire a lot, I want to heal up that burning damage. My first repair party, it healed back about 10,000. Second one was about 5,000, which, that's perfectly fine. Right here, as we're starting to move up, I want to try to get in better position. Just about have it, but not quite skinny enough. We do eat one torpedo. Fortunately, we don't start flooding. This is a key part. Even though I would have had another damage gun ready to go here in 4 seconds, not flooding is going to be huge so that I can save that damage gun. So you can see here, I'm checking the targets, trying to decide which one to shoot. I'm trying to get all 3 turrets loaded, because if I could def strike this Cleveland, that would be a huge help to my own cause. Well, looking around, trying to make sure I'm not going to get broadsided. While I'm doing this though, the Surrey comes in, takes care of the Cleveland, and now things are looking much, much better. So as we sit here, let's take a look at the armor viewer on the Lenin. It is armored unlike any other ship. The front belt armor, 100 meters. Or sorry, 100 millimeters. 100 meters. 100 millimeters on the front belt armor, and it is absolutely so incredibly to penetrate at the waterline. It's why when you see these, they're going to be bow tanking most of the time, because they can sit there and take the shots over and over. Now, the one negative to them is that the Citadel sits above the waterline, and it is extremely long and extremely thick. So if you are getting shots at this ship broadside, you're going to do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. So I highly recommend, if you're driving it, make sure you're staying away from going completely broadside, and make sure that you're at least on the move and turning if you are having any ships that might potentially have a broadside shot. So here we see the Akatsuki pop up. Fortunately, we have all 3 turrets turned. Unfortunately though, you see we have AP loaded, but at this point it's not worth it to switch over to shells. So go ahead, fire all 3. RNG is on our side, landing 7 of the 9 shells, getting the dev strike, and now things are much, much better for our team. You see also on the other side, the enemy's Atlanta goes down. So at this point, I'm feeling very aggressive. Go ahead, let's push up and try to put an end to this game. Great job by the Surrey. That player did a absolutely phenomenal job. Going up against 2 tier 7 cruisers, a tier 7 battleship, and another tier 7 battleship in the middle that was kind of supporting. Really did a good job managing their health points and really taking the flank hard. So I want to just really say GG to that Surrey. That was a great play. At this point though, we see all other red players are gone. So what I want to do, I want to ensure the win. So full speed ahead. I'm going to use that 100 millimeter belt armor, and we're just going to push straight into the Reichslu. I don't want to worry about getting my guns off anymore. I just want to try to ram them, put this game to an end, and take away any possibility for the red team winning. If I can guarantee a win, absolutely I will. That's what we do here. And fortunately, our team is able to pull it off. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, not a lot of hits with the main battery, but overall, going to get a solid XP score, especially considering it's capture the base. Great job from the blue team, able to hold our position, and once again, great job to the Surrey. That's all we have for this one. If this is your first time coming to the channel, consider hitting subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them below in the comments. Happy to answer any of them. We'll see y'all next time.